Yeah, we can't stop Kobe. We can't stop Shaq.
Everybody in here is supposed to say Shaq.
It was always hard to get a win on them motherfuckers, you know?
Damn Kobe Bryant.
Shaq averaging 36, he averaging 26, whatever. Like, dude, it was impossible, dog.
The Shaq and Kobe era was, to me, a lot more scary.
Portland has 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq!
There was a stretch in the early 2000s when the NBA belonged to 2 men, Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, and it wasn't just about winning. It was about domination. Shaq was a force the league had never truly seen. A 7-foot, 340-plus pound powerhouse with the agility of a guard and the strength of a bulldozer. He didn't just score in the paint, he owned it. Teams tried to slow him down, double him, foul him. None of it worked. He was simply too much. Then there was Kobe, young, hungry, laser focused. While Shaq brought the power, Kobe brought the edge, the skill, the finesse, and that killer instinct that couldn't be taught. Together they created one of the most dominant duos in NBA history. From 2000 to 2002, they led the Lakers to 3 straight championships, sweeping teams, dismantling contenders, and making it look easy. Each game was more than a win. It was a reminder that no team had an answer for them. Of course, there was tension behind the scenes, 2 alpha dogs both chasing legacy, but when the lights came on and the game began, they were a nightmare for the entire league. Kobe and Shaq didn't just take over the NBA, they reshaped it. And for a few unforgettable years, they turned the league into their personal stage. Now here's how NBA legends and former players describe just how unstoppable that duo really was.
Guarding Shaq is like holding up the side of a house, y'all. Yeah, I was trying to see a wall in here, see if it's a wall. I can't even describe it, but I played Shaq for 2 minutes and couldn't give nobody no high five. I was just like this.
Arms done.
Listen, no shit, my arms were so tired, y'all. I couldn't, like if you slapped me, I would have to be like this. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even guard, I couldn't even protect myself, but playing those 2 brought the best out of you every time you played them. Every time you played Kobe, it was nothing shy or nothing less than electric, and it was all about wins. It was all about wins and rings. And when I got to Boston, it was just different times. But I've always enjoyed playing against those guys. It was always a challenge to play those guys, and it was always hard to get a win on them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Time I moved out and started playing on the West Coast. I mean, he was in his 5th or 6th year in the league, so he was definitely prime Kobe, very tough player to guard. Reminded me a lot of, competing against Michael day in and day out, but I was older and he was younger, so it was a lot different, but he was definitely one of the toughest players that I've ever played against, especially once Phil got a hold to him and Shaq and got that team really to playing together and playing with some chemistry. They were a very special team. We talk about Golden State and what they did with De La Ron, but the Shaq and Kobe era was, to me, a lot more scary of what they could have done had they stayed together than the Golden State era.
You always had to be at your best and bring your best from start to finish if you were playing against him or any of his teams. And I think that's what I appreciate about remembering playing against him and being on the court with him. A fierce competitor and always demanding more of his team and his teammates than probably was possible, but he wanted to win that much. He wanted it that much, and it was an honor to share the court with him.
It's the first time we had to go against the Lakers, so I don't think anybody was going to beat them.
At that time.
Shaq was different.
Oh,
Was he 36? Was it 36 and 12 in the finals?
Yeah, those numbers. Oh man, the whole team was guarding Shaq. There was nothing.
I remember that.
But when you talk about Kobe and his competitiveness, it didn't matter how big or how small you were. He was gonna try to destroy you.
Yes.
And that's what separated him from everyone. He was an assassin. He would cut you, and by the end of the game, you didn't know that you were gonna bleed out. And so that's just his mentality.
Kobe, we tried everything. He was just, you couldn't stop him. He was
full on Kobe mode.
Unguardable.
Yeah.
So one time we kind of had him in the corner and the shot clock was going down and it was right in front of our bench. Somebody played him from the top side so he couldn't turn around over his left shoulder to shoot with the right. So he kind of like is stuck there, he sees the shot clock, he just turns around, shoots it with the left, draws, three-pointer from the corner, and we're all like, what? I mean, it's just, his skill level was unbelievable. There was not one shot that he didn't have in his repertoire. So to me, in my 20 years, he was probably the best offensive player or best player I've seen and faced. And then another great LA story is, of course, Shaq was on top of his game. You know, they were winning every year. So Coach Nelson, Donnie, had the idea, okay, you're gonna guard Shaq. And I kind of looked at him and I was like, okay, is this a joke? I mean, the game starts right away. He, of course, kind of seals me. I get around, lob comes, Sean comes. He basically elbows us both out of the way and dunks it as hard as he could. Of course, the plan didn't work at all. So that was my Shaq story. I tried to guard him, and he left the game with 46 and probably 24 or something.
Last time you guarded him?
Yeah.
How tough were they, though?
Huh?
How tough were they in their bag, though?
No, it's.
But you were someone you had to guard. You were a rare person who could guard Shaq, and you had to guard both of them at times.
I was the roamer. I was the double guy because it fit like weight-wise. I couldn't do nothing with that dude. If I did get caught on him, all I had to do was try to front him, and he just pushed me up the lane. They throw the bitch
How
over
strong
the
was
top.
he?
Impossible to guard.
Impossible.
Listen, man. So you pick your poison. Do you try to play him straight up? You know what he gonna do. Do you double?
Swings.
Now you got Derek Fisher going 4 for 7, Robert Ory going 2 for 5, Devin George going 2 for 5. Like, it's just
pick your poison.
What do you do? And then you got the other animal that one-on-one is destroying us.
Everybody in the world.
Shaq averaging 36, he averaging 26, whatever. Like, dude, it was impossible, bro.
Kobe and I did a shoot. It was he and I versus, at the time, you guys remember on MTV, The Real World, the cast, the people that all lived in the house. This is when reality TV was just starting. It was Kobe and I versus The Real World. There was like 12 of them that were living in the house. We were playing, they were gonna play us. There was 15 of them and us two versus them. Gail D'Agostino, who Dylan, you've worked with, she worked with both of us. And she came to me and she's like, hey, I'm just letting you know, Kobe's gonna wanna play you one-on-one. And I'm at the height of mine. He's just, this is his second or third year maybe, second year. And I'm like, I'm not gonna play a one-on-one, but I mean, I'll teach him some stuff. We'll get on the court. And so we're on the court. He's like, teach me that step back. I wanna know about that step back. What are you looking at? Are you looking at the feet, the knees? He was a true student. Fast forward to the finals, Shaq goes down. Game 4, Shaq fouls out. We're thinking, shit, we about ready to tie this thing up. They had won the first 2 in Staples. We won game 3. We're about ready to tie this thing up. Damn, Kobe Bryant turned into the reincarnation of MJ. And not only did he turn into the reincarnation of MJ, same shit that I was teaching him in those step backs, hitting it on me.
Wow. Reggie Miller squaring him up. These two guys played one-on-one all summer in LA. Kobe takes it between his legs. He pulls it back.
I'm like, this dude prepping for this moment 3 years ago.
Shaq is hilarious.
He is.
So in practice here in LA, everybody's late everywhere. Typically because it's LA traffic.
Right.
So there were days where Shaq would come into practice a few minutes late. And we always had a meeting at the beginning of practice. So if Shaq comes in late, it's obvious to everybody.
You're right.
Plus he's Shaq, so it's obvious.
He can't be missed.
Can't be missed.
Right.
So there were days where he would literally walk in and say, sorry, Phil, I was late because it was an accident on the 405. It was a chicken truck full of chickens, and it was an accident, and there was chickens all over the 405. And I couldn't get around it, so that's why I was late.
No.
No, seriously. So that was Shaq for us, even though he was super dominant on the court. He always helped us to laugh and not take ourselves so seriously. On the other hand, right, Kobe was a funny guy, but he was the guy that always brought us back to that super seriousness.
We miss him greatly.
You kind of take yourself back to this moment of the day before you played that game, and you're saying one game to go to the NBA Finals.
Well, I think we were in a position, maybe OKC now. I heard Chuck say morally defeated. Coming off of Game 6, I've never been in a position we didn't know how to feel. So Game 7, we knew we were at home, but we knew that we were playing against two current Hall of Famers while they were playing in the league, and a Hall of Fame coach. And it's you guys talk about that level of trust you have to have, and being at that moment. And so it was just a good game, and we lost to a better team that day. And so Ernie, I just remember I think I played 50 minutes or something like that. I just remember being totally exhausted, mentally exhausted.
On that lob play, arguably one of the greatest lobs, they say, Kobe shook up top, threw it up there to big fella. What are you thinking at that point?
Yeah, you was under there.
Yeah, I was under there.
Yeah.
I'm in the picture. I ain't gonna front.
You was under there.
I thought I could get it. So, to me, I think that was their deciding game on that dynasty that those guys had.
The Black Mamba, I mean, man, deadly. He was just, to me, one of the greatest ball players I've ever seen to play basketball.
His quickness and agility and ability to get his jump shot off from anywhere, you had to respect that. He was an issue for the defense.
Well, I think the Black Mamba is appropriate. He makes shots with guys draped all over him, falling down, left hand or right hand. I just, witnessed him doing some amazing things.
The Lakers are champions, back-to-back titles.
Every time he played me and I posted him up and I got it, he would always come over to me and sneak it in my ear. OG, man, why you keep killing me on these post-ups, man? You gotta teach me that. What should I do? And that was just a big thing for me to hear that and to respect that. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it and teach him the game, because I know I'm a lot older than him, and I was going to be leaving the game soon. And I want to see somebody in that game that imitates the things that I do and can be dominant at it. And this kid was one of them guys. And I taught him everything that I needed to taught him. We used to stay after practice in L.A. And I used to teach him the post-up game. Then he used to fade away. He took it all. He'd face you up and go at you. And it was things that he did like that. And we used to do drills about defense. I used to get him and I used to throw a tennis ball back and forth, and he used to catch it with one hand and slide. What I learned. And he got so good at it where he used to guard all the top guys. And that's what I started telling him. Stop straying away from all the top guys. If the top guy on the team is there, you guard him. Guard him all night. And then you take his heart from him, and then you go down and kill him on the other end. And that's what he started doing.
You saying Shaq? Everybody in here is supposed to say Shaq. I'm talking about the most dominant. Listen, when we played them, we could have got them. But we ran into Shaquille O'Neal in his prime. Like, couldn't nobody do nothing with Shaq. Nothing. It won't even close.
You heard it.
Body you won't even close.
Too big.
Like Shaq had to get assaulted every game. You know what I mean? Like, do you know how many times he got fouled when they didn't call it? Like this dude right here, man. I remember we was playing them. Man, Steve, you're a historian with this thing, man. You look up the game. It was a regular season game, and I remember they threw it to him, and I tried to foul him before he was going up and jumping.
Playoffs?
No, I remember jumping on his back, and he took me up with him. I ain't lying, dog. And Kobe looked at me and said, "Man, what the hell is wrong with you? You trying to die? Are you trying to die?"
He was doing that to big men too, not just you.
Man, same thing.
I wish that it was better communication between me and the young fella, because people always make the point that if we would have stayed together, we probably could have won 6 or 7. And I look at what LeBron has done the last 7 years, and I always say to myself, I think if we could have worked it out and stayed together, we probably could have, won 6, 7, maybe 8.
It's funny, when we sat down, we did the interview together, he finally copped to the fact that after we won championships, he was like, okay, I can just relax and coast over the summer because I know I got a teammate who's going to be training 8-10 hours a day. I was like, see, that's the BS.
That would piss me off.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Right.
That's the issue. But also, it became it's not something that we couldn't have worked out either. Because we've been doing it, right? But I got to a point in my career where it was the rumblings, and some of it created by him that, Kobe can't win without me. And it was like, hold up. No, it's not true.
Right.
It's not true.
Right.
And I'm not going to retire and have people hold that over my head.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, let's find out.
Yeah.
So it was just time to go separate ways.
Congratulations, greatest.
Congratulations, the most dominant.
You take that jersey and put your own jersey on, player.
About time now?
Yeah.
Holla! Holla! 1-2.
Baddest duo ever, Superman and Batman.
3 rings. Can't do it, man. It's too much. Can't sum it up. Can't put it in words. You just have to watch and observe.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me, how many championships do you think Kobe and Shaq would have won if they stayed together? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.